Hello Collective, thanks for joining me. I hope you're all doing well. As always, thank you to those who have continued to support my channel, and welcome to those who are new. So I thought today we would change the energy up a little bit and let's see, just see what just a different kind of energy that's moving around, or see if we can get a different angle to anything that you're trying to get answers to. So we have the open book, knowledge, openness and potential. Okay, so you could be an open book to people, wear your heart on your sleeve. Something could be an open and shut case, so an open book. Something could be public knowledge. Yeah, so someone could be looking into, like, researching into something, looking something up that is online for everyone to see, but also it's given me a feeling of like ancient knowledge. So you could be or identify as an old soul. I don't feel many people volunteer as, oh, I'm a new young soul. So something about being taken advantage of or naive. So we could be looking at a situation where someone believed you were naive, or maybe you feel you were at a point, but if you don't know a particular knowledge, then you don't know. It doesn't make you an easy target, or shouldn't do. Something to do with that. So knowledge that's known to everyone or available for all to know. So something that others know that you don't know could be an angle. So we're looking at a group. So if you are experiencing things to do with a group, and I mean, I can't not mention the fact that so many people in either the comments or readers that are experiencing this same situation targeted by a group and different things like that. So maybe we need to steer a little bit more into what kind of group, who are they. So knowledge, ancient knowledge, so something to do with that, it feels. Let's take a look. We've got hidden garden, inner beauty, hidden talents. So you could have been misunderstood, misjudged because of not having knowledge about a particular subject, or someone didn't have the knowledge about a particular subject, and so either yourself or them, you change it to where it needs to be for your situation. But there's something about either you being hidden, or your abilities, I was going to say. So hidden talents, abilities being hidden. So maybe someone didn't realize what you do, whatever you do for work. And yeah, so again as well, it could be to do with credentials. Let's say that someone's saying, oh, if you don't have this, then you're not qualified to do something. I know that keeps coming up quite a lot lately. But hidden beauty, so something that, yeah, has been hidden. We've got summer solstice, celebrations, abundance, and vitality. So that's giving me the feeling of positivity. So something about your character is vibrant, I'm getting. Positive influence, a positive light. Maybe it was hidden. So there could be something to do with confidence as well. So you could have studied something and built up your confidence within an area. I know we picked up in another reading about trying different things, because you could have DNA coding of some kind, that there's a skill that has been hidden and you're a natural at it when you try. Something like that could be significant. But whatever it is that you're turning your hand to, or that you're presenting, or that's discovered, it's positive, it's coming with a good feeling. So if you've taken a change in direction at all, then you're either already feeling, or it's not going to be long before you realise that blessing in disguise, or that it was the right choice to make. Something about timing. We've got stargazer, dreams, aspirations, and looking beyond. So looking at the bigger picture, something that's destined, and again, ancient knowledge and a hidden gem. Yeah, hidden gem is hidden beauty, hidden gem. So yeah, it's like you're either stepping into your power, or you're calling forward ancient knowledge, or you're unlocking something, or you've connected with a pathway people, possibly as well, a group, or something that's awakening your old soul. So yeah, the naive people may have referred to you as asleep, or a sleeper, or whatever it is, because you weren't aware of particular knowledge or wasn't well versed in it. The thing to bear in mind there as well is the times that we're moving forward into, that people need to know that you're not meant to have all of the answers, because it's working together, this interconnected partnerships, alliances, and you may have spent years studying one thing and someone spent years studying another thing. So if you're destined on some pathway, or the stars are aligning, let's say, for your paths to cross, there's no need for you to be a whole friggin' encyclopedia, because once you come together, that co-creation is your two halves of a whole, or you're part of the bigger picture. So they will be knowledgeable in their field, their area, you will be in yours, and then that complements each other coming together. So coming from a trusted perspective, somebody that actually knows their stuff, not like what we've seen with the Christian 21 scam and Resonating Army. Everyone flocked to what was being said, the big brain teachings, as we used to call it. Those were the days. And everyone took their word as gospel, but no backup, no proof of anything, and they're now finding that it was all a scam and a con and orchestrated, that type of thing. So in that case, yes, you would feel that they were knowledgeable about everything, and then absorbing their way, their belief, and so on. I'm not talking about that type of person. I'm talking about a genuine connection. So we've got here the eternal knot. Yeah, interconnectedness, fate and destiny. So my feel is that you're coming together with either a group or a person or people, or aligning with your divine self, the higher self, and allowing your higher self to move you forward, something along those lines. It's definitely given a feeling of trusting the information, something about old knowledge or old information, ancient knowledge that's being brought forward, that can be trusted, something along those lines. The garden and the stargazing, there's something of that connected. The night time, you may be a night owl, as they say, somebody that wakes up and is more active or can think properly when everything's silent. We also know, if we were looking from the angle of what the Christian 21 scam practice, all to do with the demiurge and Antichrist and all of that side of things, but still talk love and light, so I don't know. But anyway, that type of thing, they like to be active during the night. So there's something about different time zones as well. So you could be sleeping, but Australia could be awake, or the US awake and you're asleep, or vice versa, whatever with the time zones. There's something about that. So people being active during times when others are sleeping, that's when people like to go into their meditation circles and try and project energy towards people. So there's something linking to that. We will take a deeper look. Yeah, just with the proving of that side, because for me, I'm enjoying the fact that we're seeing more and more people are embracing their psychic abilities, and we're starting to see it all push forward, because there was an actual attack to try and get rid of that, or to steer people away from exploring that side of themselves. So that's a good thing. We'll be seeing more channelers, mediums popping up, no doubt. More predictions and things, much to the horror of that group. But with that, yeah, with that as well, we're going to start seeing more people not sounding out, because with the concept that they were selling to everybody, they were coming like they were an ancient alien, an ancient being that's been reincarnated, and they were able to place a protection over everyone that followed them and worshipped them, and paid attention to no one else. So really holding people's focus. So MK Ultra coming up again. There's something about that they wouldn't have been able to prove, or maybe something was done that led people to believe, but didn't realize, again, not having the knowledge of how something works. So maybe something being made to look like a magic trick or psychic powers, but actually not. That's something as well. Yeah, and again, I'm trying to pull away from focus there, but this is where we're being taken. But this again with the hidden beauty or hidden gem, it's that awareness of if somebody's actually really putting everything in to turn you against someone, turn you away from someone, to say don't watch them, don't look at that, don't do this, you do really need to question why. And this now is what the Resonating Army have found out, that they followed someone, worshipped the ground that someone walked on, took everything they said as their knowledge and what they were saying as gospel, only for the majority of them, there's just the last stragglers now, to find out that that knowledge was gained from everywhere else, and mostly the places that they had told everyone to keep away from because they were bad, they were this, they were that. And now, as they've got those few stragglers, they've done an about turn and they're aligning with those exact same people, those exact same messages. So there's something in there, someone changing their story and pretending, no, I was saying this all along, that type of thing. So something about things or people being hidden. So we've got a Queen of Cups. You could be this Queen of Cups. You could have a hidden inner beauty, or you could be a hidden gem, or you could have been misunderstood, misperceived, or classed as naive, or something like that. You could be awakening to an ancient bloodline within, something along those lines. But it makes sense with that that beauty. The Queen of Cups resembles all of that, very intuitive, insightful, connected to the cosmos. Yeah. So you could have been judged for having abilities, and because others didn't understand how it worked, or because you weren't able to say, oh, it's this, you put that there and you get that, because there's so much more that goes into it. But because someone can't believe something that you do or you say or you know, that it's dismissed as false and fake. Which the irony of that group was everything. So we've got here the abundance. So something to do with the Four of Wands. So with this, if this is talking about you being hidden or something that you do not being received, we've got here the Four of Wands. So trying to suppress abundance of some kind, or an abundance awaiting to appear. Maybe you've been focused on a particular job, or putting your focus in one area, and things have not taken off, or not come to fruition how you would be expecting or managing, because you've been waiting for something to awaken to lead you onto the right path. So being guided. So you could have done a job for years and that supported you at that time, but now you're feeling a calling. This is whether you're male or female. You're feeling that calling to really align with the stars, your destiny, your higher purpose. And again, you could have just been waiting to get the knowledge that you needed and then start applying it. So yeah, the World. So something is trying to close out and something is trying to block it. So remember, and those that have seen my other videos, that we spoke about recognizing the signs of scam groups trying to get you to re-loop and keep revisiting the past and so on. Obviously, some people, there's reasons for that, but not because they're trapped in the scarred loop of it. There could be awareness purposes and teaching of others how to recognize or look for the exits of the traps in order to move everybody forward. But outside of that, what we've got are people that haven't put the work in, or people that are very codependent on others, so they're not disconnecting from the toxicity that surrounds them because of the fear of either being alone or being rejected or things like that. So we've got people that are wearing masks that are stopping or trying to stop cycles closing out, because even though you're self-collective, male or female, that you may have done the work that you've needed to, you're ascending, that by you leaving a situation, person, place or thing, it then forces the structure of that you're leaving to have to reform, recreate or reassemble to something else. And that's why there's that above and beyond, not giving up to try and stop a cycle from closing, because there's so much to lose. So I'm being shown the Kipper deck, the Great Fortune card. So either a lot of money has gone in to either keep people stuck or to prevent loops closing and cycles closing and things changing. So a lot of money's been thrown. Something about confidence or knowledge and wisdom. So if you were making a bet and you were placing a lot of money on that bet, you would have had to have done your homework on the odds of the outcome. So if it's betting on a person or betting on a horse or a football game of some kind, you know the both sides, and it's like, I'm going with that. Or you've got this rigging of a match, let's say, and someone saying, well, this is the hidden knowledge that's known, and this is how it's going to go. So then it's like, okay, I'll put my money there, when it wouldn't be the most likely that everyone else would have bet on that same one. So we know how rigging and insider trading may be something like that. So with these cycles not closing out, that's what's coming into play, because up front people have already had money go through their hands. They've celebrated before the result, because in their eyes it was a given, something was inevitable to happen. It had been planned, analysed, everyone in position, nothing could go wrong. That's the kind of thing that some of you are experiencing at this time, that because so much money's been thrown at a situation so that it can be a prophecy, a false prophecy can be made to look true, that we've got resonating army type people that have come in and they are doing their bit to help make that become a reality, because so much money is riding on it. So that's why we've got a lot of the cycles not closing out. The stargazing connects to the fake embedded. I'm not saying all Palladium channelings are fake, but the majority that are embedded in, they are to sway you for your voting. They are to start programming you into being reliable to what's coming next. So that codependency, it's just mainly an influence of the majority direction, but it's coming, playing on the heartstrings of you've been stranded, you've been abandoned. So it's tapping into those that have abandonment issues. And again, it's fed through for the codependency. So worship or follow us or do what we're saying and you'll be saved. Whereas people aren't actually seeing the signs of it. You've got to remember, especially with these past couple of years, the demonstrations that are being shown to you so that people are able to see the truth of fact and fiction. If the spirit realm want to come in and intervene and change something or stop something, they don't need to wait. They can take it on board and they can do it. So all of this has been using this, like the stars, the cosmos and that. What you've got to remember is the end game for these that are blocking the cycles are to make you at some point disbelieve or fearful of higher intelligence connecting with that, because it's to make you feel, well, you shouldn't have messed with it, that's why your life's a mess, that type of thing. Or it's trying to keep people in a fear-based low vibrational state, because that disappointment, sadness and the feeling of abandonment, being left behind, and feeling 1 minute superior to others, and then the reality that actually you're not, everyone's the same. All of those bits feed the energy of these type of groups, because it then helps them to be superior. They're the ones that's making the money off of the back of keeping people stuck. So that's that. So more people are becoming aware of that. It's just the stage we're moving into now is people being able to recognize who those people are that are doing it. And it's easy to see. It's who are those that are actually doing things that you can see a marked progress. When you look back in hindsight, you can say in such and such year or date I was there, and now looking back in hindsight I was here. It doesn't need to be in like materialistic, because we know a lot of people are having and then losing and then getting again or whatever, but it's that personal growth, that spiritual growth, that spiritual development, and see it, or that active service that's being done to others and for others. So all different things, but it's individual, isn't it? Only you can look back and truly say to yourself whether you've progressed or whether you're still stuck waiting for changes to come through, or whether you were led to believe you're going to there'll be a solar flash, you're going to ascend in a minute, any day now, you're going to ascend, and then 3-4 years down the line you've been manipulated because of so many disappointments that you've been manipulated to reside to the fact that you're going nowhere actually, and you haven't put the work in because you've been idolizing a false prophet that has brought no results other than pain, harm and downfall to other people's lives. So something about loyalty, integrity, all of those bits. So with this eternal knot, we've got interconnectedness, fate and destiny, playing with people's destinies and trying to change the outcome of that. There's a lot to do with people looking into other people's star birth charts and things, trying to preempt when there's going to be certain things, or to take action to create collapse, or to block something to make it look like they've been powerful enough to implement that. So there could be people that are saying that they're not into astrology, planets and stars or things, but actually that is one of the blueprints that they work from. Colour blue may be significant somewhere. So this interconnectedness is showing all of the different elements that come together to dismantle something or to create a block. We've touched on that before. Yeah, so what's being shown to me as well is it doesn't actually matter people that are looking into the astrology sign, and maybe that could be why they're saying, oh, astrology's rubbish, because they've tried to use it for one purpose and reason, and then found out that they weren't getting the results that they've want, so they've dismissed it for that. But what's actually coming forward is that it's the hidden codes, the hidden gems, the hidden beauty. If somebody's coming from a place of pain and they're unhealed, they're never going to be able to identify somebody that is very kind, very loving. They're going to just always see them as prey or naive or need to be taught a lesson or to be played with. So they're not actually knowing their true bloodline or who they are, where they're coming from. It's that side that's coming back to bite people like this on the arse. So, yeah, people finding out who people really are, and then it's almost like it's going to be, so for this, that they've always got to create a divide. We're moving towards interconnectedness. They are to cause the divide. We're made to look like it's government and so doing it, but we're only looking at the under the radar miniature scale of this. It's like their own DIY club version. So what we're moving forward into is the more that people start awakening to their ancient knowledge and codes within, and they're able to then start truly identifying fake from counterfeit, fake from real, blah blah. It's like the false light and the truth, the divine light. So once people, and you're only able to know the difference when you've had an experience of, so they may well take the claim for that of, well, if it wasn't for us, then that's fine. I agree with that as well. If you didn't have criminals or fake people, then you wouldn't be able to identify or appreciate and value the authentic, the genuine and the truth. So there's a place for everyone. But what we're moving forward into is almost being drip fed this massive galactic wars. We've been hearing it the whole time. I don't see anything with the energies that I interact with. They don't show, mention, or there's nothing about galactic wars at all. So don't forget, we're dealing with higher intelligence, and so they're not all moving around having wars, fighting. That's a 3D earth concept of all of that side. So not trying to get us out of fighting and war, but yet they're doing it themselves just above our blimmin' whatever, you know. I was going to say above our head, but it's not even that. So to carry this on, to stop cycles closing out and make things drag on, what they're going to be doing now is bringing galactic wars to the 3D physical realm. So you will get that more people coming forward, but then ultimately people are going to be moved down the route of dividing again. So it will be seeing lots of people say, oh, I'm this type of species, race or whatever, cosmically aligned, let's say, and then the divide will be the elements of racism that still come up in your everyday world, but it's transferred over to that. So it's still like a hatred towards and so on. Yeah, that it's just, yeah, still the 3D side. So the interconnectedness is the 3 of Swords in the reverse. So the overcoming of the past, the pain of the past, being shared ancient knowledge as well. It's knowing that we're trying to move on from history, and yes, pain has been caused on whatever level that you're looking at it from, but it is possible to heal from it, which is this self-healing side of things. So it's letting things go and moving on. If you're not able to, it doesn't mean you've got to be interconnected in with each other. It's just, you know what doesn't resonate with you anymore, or you've seen how you've had that experience, so you don't need to be up around it anymore, so you move on. This is the thing, that once you move on, once you've healed, automatically that causes the distortion and the shift of those that were trying to keep you trapped and re-looped for whatever reason. There's something about battles. So we know that the groups that we look into coming up in the readings, there's a proper divide there. So that's already another thing. But we've also had readings where it's okay to change lanes, to change sides. So this not holding on to grudges is a key element, because there may well be people that were caught up in something like this, but as they've awoken more to knowledge that was either held back from them, or that they have now been able to apply in life experience situations, or whatever, they've grown, they've evolved, or they've then been able to heal, or look back in hindsight and say, at that time in my life, I can hold my hands up, I was an unhealed person, whatever, for want of a better description. So we've still got to make room for people that identify that side of things. It's not that you're leaving yourself open and naive to go another round and have it happen again, which is how it's perceived by some, but it leaves space for those to not feel ostracized or abandoned because of past decisions or life experiences that they were having. So this is why we've got the Queen of Cups there, because it's a hidden beauty that somebody that was going through whatever could have been an attacker, for want of a better phrase, but now moved on, have seen the process of how they've changed or what's what, and now they're seeing the beauty within that, or they're able to connect on a deeper level to the softness that's there. So with that being said, the interconnected part can't happen the whole time somebody, with those examples that I was given, that they're not able to acknowledge the process or what they've done. It's not coming crawling on your belly and begging for forgiveness. That's not what we're talking about here, but it is about being able to, it's not even like having a big in-depth conversation and yeah, you're free to pass and that, but you can, if somebody is healed in that sense, then when they're talking to somebody that is going through that transition, that process themselves, or they're on the other side of it, you automatically know when you're engaging with them where they're at, or you can identify certain parts in their journey, because the process or the feelings or the different bits will be the same, but they will contain feelings, whereas those that are avoiding that, they can't connect to the feelings. They can say the words, they can describe it, they can describe the process, but they can't connect to the feelings. So that's not anything against them in any way. It's just saying that these are the times where things can't be mimicked. It's showing proof in action, by example, or that resonance within conversation. So many people will be moving past a lot, but it's not that they're open game to be retargeted or a target or whatever it may be. It's trying to push that change forward. We've got the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, someone has invested a lot of money, but in the same token, many people or someone has lost a lot of money because something that was sold to them or the potential that they were seeing didn't come to pass. What they were needing for the concept of what they wanted to do, they may have had to shift lanes or change whatever it is they're doing. It's going to be different for many of you, but what they were actually looking for, the real, the authentic, they've been duped and sold a counterfeit, and somebody still can't deliver. So that would be, if it were the King of Pentacles that was genuinely looking to make proper changes. But again, you flip that role if it's somebody that's more down the divide or the pain side or inflicting or the demiurge, whatever, all of that type of stuff and dark occults and whatever they're into, you know, you would just be switching it. It's like someone's made a bet on someone that didn't pull through, and so now there's that stuck the that yeah, it's like, it feels like Hanged Man, stuck perspective, or having to, it feels like a mammoth of something that needs to be reshifted or refocused, which is why it's subtly like 1 minute that was an opinion or so, and then all of a sudden now it's agreeing with that, but not seeing the process of how it's changed, or, you know, it's just disjointed. Hopefully no one will notice. Yeah, those that aren't paying attention may well not. So yeah, let's take a look at these. Hope that's making sense. So it's a little bit different, but it's stuff that's going to start presenting a lot more, especially this with the like galactic wars or the divide, trying to steer people away. It's all about instilling fear. So yeah, we've got the Queen of Cups, the hidden beauty, and then we've got the gift, and that's number 17. So as well, we could laugh about the groups that come up throughout the readings that we investigate and look into, and they truly are the gift that keeps on giving. But again, in the same sense, the flip side, when they were having their turn first, or a good run, that we were all the gift that kept on giving, because we were able to be hidden. We didn't know the hidden knowledge that, or the tactics to their scams, their cons. We were hidden in we were asleep, so to say. Even if we're not, we're asleep because we're unknowing the tactics that's being used with the scam and the con. It's that bit. So not necessarily NPC or asleep. So, but here we're seeing now that it's coming into question, why have people gone above and beyond to try and erase psychics and psychic abilities and clairvoyance and mediums and channelers, healers? Why has somebody paid and invested a lot of time, effort and money into steering everyone away to sea, when it's now becoming apparent that it's the exact thing that everybody is ready for, everybody was wanting, everybody's excited to explore more, you know. And they can't even say, well, it was too soon, too early for that to come out. No, it's a thing that's been trying to come out for forever and a day. Witches being burnt at the stake, things like that. It's the same thing, but to keep that same theme alive, but because they can't suppress this flood that's coming of everyone's gifts and abilities coming online. Don't forget, these are the people that have been calling psychic abilities fake. So with everyone coming online, they need to then jump ship and change it to the cosmos and extraterrestrials in amongst us, but then start pitting people against each other and creating fear. So it's like, oh, all of the cons and scams that have happened have been by ETs, so to say. Not saying that's the thing, but that's how you're going to be led to believe. So then when you encounter people that say that they are that way, that then you're already skeptical of them, or your back goes up, or you're being primed not to trust anyone that identifies in that way. This is what this group do, because they're all about dividing. Yeah. And of all the people that they've used as the example of higher intelligence and all of it, is just, it's everything is the opposite. So that's going to be a funny time for those that are ready to see the that side, that know about Christian 21 scam, that when that does start playing out fuller, how are they going to cope with that? Because they need to be the only one, the ancient one, believing, oh, we're not even going to be here by then, because they thought they were going to topple everything, bring houses and lives crashing down so that they couldn't be called out. But what's actually happening is the power of the manifest is now there's more and more psychic investigators popping up all over the place. And because this group is so prevalent within so many readers and so many people's lives, that the focus is on there. So when you come to looking at an ancient being and the power that they've led people to believe they have, the irony of it is the very abilities that they were trying to suffocate out are now the ones that are exposing them on every level, every layer. Each person has their own version of this group that I'm pointing out, that I'm discussing. You've all got your own bit. You all get your motorbike distortion, or the neighbours that are heavily into their religion or whatever. They know that you do tarot, and they've got to cause that disturbance every time they know that you're filming, or they learn your patterns of your recording your uploads, or they chance it, and then they've got to come and try and disturb, or go do like a drive-by shout out so that they're heard in the background. It's all of that movement. It's subliminal messaging. It's trying to put a presence forward, but actually it's stopped nothing. It's really amplifying it. That's something that's pissing them off now, because they cannot take credit for that, because they have already made it publicly known that they would be the downfall of us. So we've got the gift that cannot be taken, transferred. Yes, if somebody is gifted, they can make manifestations come forward, they can place protections. This is what was happening. Somebody was feeding off of gifted people and taking it as it was their own gift. Because they are surrounded by people that don't understand how it works, or their first encounter of it, their first experience, they were naive, or they were asleep to the ancient knowledge of how it works. That's their first experience. No one can be judged on not knowing how something works when they first encountered something, because there's nothing to compare it to. Or maybe they've always been brought up or seen fakes or whatever. So if somebody can say that they're going to manifest something or make something happen, and these people see that it is apparent, it's true, they can back it up, why wouldn't they believe that? But this is where the divine has come in to really make a statement, because what you're seeing play out with this particular group was predicted at the same time that they vowed to tear something down. So this prediction is coming straight from the divine, and it's playing out now. This is where now that they're in a panic, because it's like, well, how comes it hasn't been stopped? Or where have your powers gone all of a sudden? It's because the scam and the manipulation of how they were gaining their information, their insights, or their ways of fabricating a manifest are now all out in the open. And with everyone else with their own psychic investigations, everything that's laid out here as the blueprint to how they operate and what's what, blah blah blah, the information that I get to share, you are able to verify, am I a fake? Am I telling the truth? Am I making it up? What are you picking up from the energy of what you're getting from here? That's always been an open book, just as the cards have said there, that you can take a look in. Energy doesn't lie. So this is where we're at, which is an absolute nightmare for this group, because they've got to pray, the irony of that, to not be identified on a personal level, which that's already a thing. And we know it's a small world. So with the more people that are sharing what they're finding, it's now becoming apparent how interlinked, the irony of that as well, that this group, society, club actually are, because they're tarot surfers. So many readers have been reading for these groups, and they're all over the world, they're dotted everywhere, and they're coming to find the same information. So a lot of them are identifiable for the frequency of them coming to get information on the outcome of something. So there's certain things the divine has held back, that they've not been able to get the outcome of what they're needing to know. So because they're refusing to acknowledge something. So the breakaway people, they are now coming to the realization of what actually is going on. They are the people that a grudge mustn't be held against them, because they are stepping up, they are acknowledging, and they're changing their perspective, and they're doing more to help than to hinder, which was their original positioning. Yeah, so yeah, we've got change. So here we're seeing the hidden gem, and so the abundance, the summer solstice, all of that side, so suggesting of like ritualistic chanting, dancing, festivals, retreats, ayahuasca, making DIY homemade drugs and cocktails and whatever it is. That's all that they're connected to. So But here we're looking for a toppling and a downfall, a collapse. That's what they're about, the collapsing of everything. But what's really being projected is the collapse that they're trying to create is an energetic, it's symbolic of their narcissistic collapse that they're going through, the ego death and all of that side. So they were looking to create change, but what's happened is not realizing actual hidden information, or like I said in another reading, they're looking into dark arts or paganism, all different bits like that, but there's something, an area that they don't know, that they don't understand, and it's that hidden information. That's why things haven't been working, or they've been able to draw off certain people to make it look like something's been working. Basically, it's the change. We've got here the 9, so karmic completion, but also changes too. We've been seeing in a lot of readings the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, that they're stuck. Nothing's changing for the psychics and the readers in the sense of collapse and downfall, and nothing is changing for them in regards for gaining more wealth. They're actually losing it. No matter how much they're saying, I'm so wealthy, it would never be known, but there's going to come a time that it'll be apparent that they're not actually progressing, something like that. So it again is a panic stations to find the hidden answer and the knowledge that they're looking for, which is why they've now got to orchestrate this so that they can then re-embed themselves to try and pull out answers and codings and whatever. So that will be for the AI as well, runs parallel. Yeah, so change is happening, and once you come out of being hidden, or come out of hiding, or come out of hermit mode, or people start understanding what they're looking at, or the gift, or feeling comfortable and confident to express their different variations of gifts, whoever you are, male or female, that this is the change that pushes through. That's what's happening. It's the power of this. It can't be stopped. So it's destiny written in the stars. We've got message of concern, which is everything that I've just been saying, even down to the cycle, the world trying to stop something from closing out, trying to stop someone from walking away, or trying to stay hidden so that, say, other readers don't click, oh, actually, that makes sense to a client that I'm working with. You need to protect yourself, because remember, these people do have planted readers, and when they readers are being set up to make it look like they're doing this or whatever, so it's just too dodgy to be connected to. So if you're being alerted intuitively to something, you really do need to look into it deeper, and you'll be glad that you did, just as I did. So we've got message of concern, which obviously is their message. Nothing's changing, but everything is changing for you. They can feel it, you can feel it, everyone can feel this change pushing through, because the stars and the planets and the time, everything's aligned, and now people can understand what they're looking at, and they can tell the difference. So things get held back, because until people realize that they are looking at the false light, or they're interacting with it, or understand the experience, or whatever it was when they're trying to change lanes or reposition, all of that side takes a minute. And so now it's coming into physical view. Before it was manifest in the spiritual realm, everything needs to be approved, orchestrated, set and so, and then it happens down here. This is what people are, the scammers are saying that is happening, which it is happening. It's just they're leading people to believe that they are a part of that. But what you'll see is they, outside of AI, they don't actually have predictive foresight of what's coming, only like Q movement, things like that, but they don't actually have anything predictive, which is why this message of concern about a gift being recognized as authentic and real, what you can see is everything is documented way back, calling out exactly this. The irony is they believed that they were given the information that this was going to happen, but they have been a pawn with the divine, because they are the scammers, the ones that are holding people back intentionally and refusing to help people or be kinder, be nicer and encourage healing. They are just acting as though they are. So the divines come in and intervened, and so made it stand out so that it can be documented at any part at any time to show the difference in the comparison. But you need to understand what the false light looks like, feels like, before you can appreciate the authentic and the real. They will probably try and say that was the whole purpose at the whole time, but too many people have been damaged along the way. There would have been a better way to deal with it. One of their most loyal people that has gone above and beyond absolutely got fucked over. It's just been horrendous for people to stand back and watch unfold, really. And the complete disregard is just another, it's unacceptable on every level. So message of concern, and that will be a real thing for those that are really getting into their psychic investigating and wanting to learn more about all of this that's hidden within our community and what they're about and who are they, and all of that side, and teaching others how to identify them, how they operate, and the little sly bits, so everyone connected in a community as we all should be, helping each other to progress and understand what it is we're looking at here, you know. And that's an absolute nightmare. So there's a lot of trying to discredit or to get people out of the picture ASAP. It's not going to happen. It's already been called. They just never believed it would get to this side, this extent. So fair play for those that have vocalized that there's something going on with them or their channel or they're under whatever. It's not that everyone's it's letting people know this is a real thing, and that's the level they're coming in for everybody. But that was the plan and purpose. It's just they didn't believe for us to get the upper hand, which is what's happened now. The message of concern. And then we've got message. They will get the message. It is all about the message. They're trying to get the hidden answer. They're trying to change their narrative in the message. So there's all kinds of everything. But yeah, there's things that are already like set. Don't forget, we work with possibilities, so there's always multiple options, pathways that they can take. Everyone knows all of that, but there's because of the connection with these particular people, they're energetically tagged. That's why they're always open. They're wondering why they're on such display and that they've been capped. Like a lot of these were heavy astral projectors, that they were incubus, succubus energies, because there's females there as well as as much as we don't want to feel, but it's not just all the men that's doing it, but they've been restricted, so they can't just rock up where they want now. So it's taken a minute for people to be positioned to understand how they operate, what's going on, to be able to shut it down and restrict them. And that's also something that's coming into question. It's if they are as powerful and as knowledgeable and as ancient soul as they say, and they identify as whatever they do, and you, me, we're just ordinary people or so, you know, or maybe not. Maybe we are unknowing to our bloodline, our history, whatever it is. A gift is a gift. It's there whether you know where it's come from, what bloodline it is, or whatever. That part of it doesn't make it stop working. It's about how you cultivate it, nurture it, and who you are on the inside, what your soul's purpose is. So it's that side, but it's that's going to come into question. So this is why you're seeing that they're having to pay more money for the next practitioner or the next known one or the next person that wants to take the challenge. And then it starts being like bounties putting on someone. If you can take that person out, then you'll get this skills and abilities. And it's not, because this is the hidden knowledge that they don't know. There's something there that isn't public knowledge, isn't something that they can Google, research or look up or know, because of what they're doing or what they would do with that information. So it does stay a hidden knowledge, hidden nugget, hidden gem, you know, because of what's going to be done with it. But it will become very apparent. It can't be touched. It's way beyond its point. If it was something was going to work, it would have worked by now. But there's so much at stake, not just reputation, you know. So, yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm going to finish off with these. Hey, shout out to Linda /Wayne. Haven't done these in a while. So yeah, just thank you to those who have made it to the end. Appreciate you. If you could give it a thumbs up if you got anything from it, or even if you enjoyed it right till the end. Amazing. So let's see, it's just to give you an idea as well of what we're moving into. Or what I get given and shown for the situation I look into. Two of Michael, like we just said, the change, that's the two of anything. So two of swords it is. So they're blocked. Information is blocked. Causing a confusion, trying to be the light, connected to the divine, but really the false light. It's that there's always confusion and illusions, but the more people become aware of what they're looking at, then the easier it gets, as with everything. So it will all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing a problem, find a compromise. So that was there as well. Don't forget, showing that looking at something from a different perspective, you need more information, and that's where the psychic investigator side of things, there's going to be many more popping up, but using their own experiences, because that's how you're connecting with the energy, and you're able to see, and then you're sharing whatever bits, and then people are able to apply that to expand their awareness or whatever. And also as well, people will start realizing that the extent of how they have been also interacting with key people within these groups. Yeah, don't forget, they was never expecting to be discovered. It's too embedded, too hidden. You would never. So 7 of Michael, there is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all of the details. So we'll put that there, because there's an illusion around abundance or a gift or something needed to be out, or something being hidden. Why was it hidden, or what's going on? So there's the confusion of getting to the bottom of something, investigating in, and finding out what's the upset, what's been turned upside down. Something's not being celebrated, like the summer solstice is a happy, positive time, or the just that side. So it's being able to restore balance and harmony, and everything flowing again. So, and also representing 2 Archangel Michael's on the table, is representing the divine protection. We've got Queen of Michael, so the Queen of Swords, brilliant, self-efficient, insightful, humorous. You know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience. A time for your career rather than relationships. So something's going to start unfolding for you, male or female, remember, but it's letting you know that this is it now. The change that's coming is really going to be pushing forward. Yay, little flyby shout out. Hey to the motorbike club. Where have you been? Had to quiet down for a bit, haven't you? Resources got a bit thin, or no change was happening. But yeah, you had your little debut. We loved it. So we've got here the message of concern, Ace of Ariel, which is the Ace of Pentacles. That's the thing as well. You moving on, the people being aware, the money that they're losing is the money that you're gaining, and it distributes the like that. We've got, it's your lucky day, new resources of money, time or support, a change in job or a promotion. So that is also the change that was showing there, but the support is the support of the community. Yeah, gonna start seeing a change in the direction, whereas what you're going to notice as well is at one point they were keeping everybody stuck, keep looking into third party situation, like everybody was having affairs, you know, and it was stuck on a loop there until it became apparent, no, it's being done, you're being kept on a loop, kept on an old script, and so on. And then it changed up that density of energy, and now we're pushing through. This is the concern for them, because the last thing they need is majority of tarot readers on their ass, because they aren't protected, they're not energetically shielded, and that is because they were targeting, so it makes them energetically exposed. This is the issue. So money's being spent to find a way of overcoming that. There is no way of overcoming it, because it's being denied and acknowledged. So it's a block for them, isn't it? How can something be rectified if it's not being acknowledged? Simple as that, a basic lesson. So we've got number 9, Epiphany. Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. Yay, we love it. Epiphany. Everyone's going to be getting them. Be like a knock-on effect. Yay. So there you go, collective. I hope that you enjoyed that little reading, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.